Hi, TFTGGW listeners. I'm here with Josh, Jessica, and Sean, who you know, and also Jeanette from the House of Bob podcast.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
We have a big announcement to make. Tales from the Glass-Guarded World is joining the House of Bob to make more actual play podcast stuff. In particular, we want to make a new clean podcast feed. It would have a new episode every 2 weeks on alternate weeks from the existing House of Bob podcast. The new podcast will have players and game masters from both podcasts. And eventually you'll hear TFTGGW players on the regular House of Bob feed too. Yes, TFTGGW is coming to an end. Sometime. Hopefully in the next 6 months. If the players can stay on task.
That seems unlikely.
Agreed. But this is what comes next.
We're working on this now, but we need your help to make this happen. The House of Bob Patreon campaign is currently sitting at around $150 per month. We need extra funds to pay for hosting services and for the subscription to the online software we use for recording. Right now, everything for TFTGGW, hosting, marketing, and labor comes directly from Mike's pocket.
If we can get up to $200 per month, we can get to work on that second podcast feed with the high-quality audio production, music, and role-playing that you'd expect.
Those of you that already support House of Bob on Patreon, thank you. You're making all of this possible. And to those of you who haven't joined our Patreon yet, consider supporting us because you'll also be supporting the Tales from the Glass-Guarded World crew. Visit patreon.com/thehouseofbob.
Patreon supporters get an exclusive Patreon podcast feed with commentary and one-shots, as well as zines, blog posts, and other special content. By supporting the House of Bob on Patreon, you get all this cool stuff. And you can help make this new podcast happen.
Thanks for listening, and roll on.
It's time for another tale from the Glass-Guarded World. Ashley plays Tara Dane, the human fighter. Josh is Zartok, the tiefling wizard, and Gaston, the rogue and bard. Jessica is Coral Petrichor, the Genasi druid, and Mama Sass, the half-orc bard and barbarian. And Chris plays Astra Fortuna, the rogue and bard extraordinaire. We have special guest players, too. Sean from the House of Bob plays Skyfather. Listener Christine plays the Great Archer. Liz plays the Seafoam Wanderer, my favorite one. The Glass Guardians have really made it now. They're in a conversation with the gods themselves on another plane. The heroes are trying to determine the best course of action, but so far the gods seem mostly interested in gaining more worshippers. They haven't really told us anything we didn't already know. And something strange, the Skyfather is so curious about everyone's favorite animals. What is that about? I guess the healer did give Zartok a staff to give to Paxton, who is currently unconscious in the magical research complex on the island of Benorthen. Surely the heroes will be able to persuade the gods to give them some useful information, right?
Tara's going to continue to talk to Skyfather.
Okay.
She's going to keep him engaged.
Okay. Well, go ahead. What are you asking him about?
What about there was this god and he I guess sacrificed himself for our world, or that's what I've heard, and do you know anything about him?
I think you're speaking of Foresight.
Yep. I definitely didn't forget his name. That's why I said it that way.
Foresight, yes, he's an old god. He was an old god. He was.
Is he still around?
Unfortunately not.
Oh.
Or fortunately, depending on who you are, I suppose.
Why would you say that? He seems swell.
Foresight was an interesting man. An interesting god. He had a different attitude about things. He mixed things up, you could say. change the outcome of the world in strange ways. He was very obsessed with your glass worlds. At a time when the rest of us were trying to save those people who were out here, trying to ensure that our worshippers could be safe from climate calamities, he focused his attention on trying to communicate to those within the glass worlds. See, the glass that they're made from prevents us from speaking to the people within, cuts us off from a source of prayer and power that really could have made the difference. Foresight sacrificed himself, used all of his power to get some sort of message through. Unfortunately, that means his powers are lost to us.
Yeah, that's about everything I've really heard of him so far. But it seems like he really helped us. I mean, that's why we're here today.
Well, and that's part of the shakeup. While Foresight was able to bring you forth, bring you out of the jars, it presents an opportunity. You are from there. You know how to get back, it seems. You have, really, access to a whole wealth of power that we could use for good. We could be tapping the prayers of new worshippers every day. I could control the weather and ensure bountiful harvests. The great archer could use her power to ensure the bountiful animals in the wild. The hunters could have meat and food for their families. Even Seafoam Wanderer could use all those that new wellspring of love to ensure strength and fertility and a bounty of people to populate the world and do good going forward as well.
What about Lavarian? Whatever he really is. I mean, he's got that wand. Don't you think that wand would do anything? Can't you just, zap some cold around the place and
Lavarian,
just fix things that way?
He is another conundrum. A rogue agent attempting to solve problems his way, but unfortunately he's just using more arcane magic to do so. If we had some way to cut off his power, even the wand could become useless to him.
What kind of problems is he trying to solve?
Well, he thinks he's going to solve the climate problem. He thinks he's going to get revenge for whatever massacre happened in his past. But the truth is, he's going about it in a very wrong way. We can make a difference. We're different from the gods that let the world fall into disrepair the first time. And we can make the difference.
Aren't you the same gods? Aren't you the same gods?
Well, like I said, there was just so many more of us. Too many distractions for worshippers. Too much arguing and bickering.
So you're not different, per se. You're just less.
Less is more.
That's awesome.
What's your favorite animal?
Oh, I love them all.
Oh, is there anything that you obtained from asking people their favorite animal? I'm just curious.
Just a fun question.
Oh, I like it. It's a fun. I like being asked that. I've never been asked that before.
You hear one of the bronze doors creak open off to the side, and from the door you hear a voice shouting, "Are you flirting with mortals again, Craig?"
Craig?
No.
Better not be.
Never you mind. I'm busy doing business.
All right. And the door creaks closed.
What?
Your name's Craig?
Skyfather. Got Chris.
Skyfather.
I guess it's time to cut over to another conversation. Who do we want to go to next? Does Coral have more questions, or does Aster want to go next?
No, I think Coral should go next. Oh, but...
okay, Coral.
I jumped off of my horse because I feel like I wanted a private conversation with the Seafoam Wonder. So
okay.
Sophonia's just about with the others. with Tara.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but watching Aster the entire time, it's kind of creepy.
Oh, all right.
See, now I can't tell if that she's staring at me because she wants to kill me because I've imprisoned her. Or if those are eyes of love.
Oh no.
All right, so what is Coral? Is there anything else Coral wants to ask the great archer?
Here's the thing I'm stumbling over right now with this deal that you want to make. The only... I mean, thank you for answering my questions about what the Far Off One did, but the only god that I've met that did something good for me seems to be the God King. And he didn't want to be worshipped. He said it was bad. So I'm hesitant to worship somebody at this point.
Coral, I appreciate your skepticism. It is what makes you the person that you are. I am not trying to convince you of any particular thing at the moment. I'm just trying to make you aware that divine intervention can be a powerful aid in your quest to do the things that matter to you. What matters to you, Coral?
I mean, I'm worried about my friends. I know that they've got this thing going with the magic and the heating of the world, and I want to help them with that. But other than that, I don't have much that I'm working on. Like I want to make sure they're okay, and I want to help them.
I see. And your family, your friends, you've been traveling with them, your family, what about them?
Oh, I don't think most of them are alive. Like there was a shipwreck, and some people got took by pirates, and that was a couple years ago. I think they're probably dead at this point. So I guess I moved on. I got these people. They're my new family.
Well, I can certainly be of assistance to you and to them if you are willing.
I appreciate your offer, but I think I'm gonna stick with nature. I think it's what the God King would have wanted.
Yes, Coral. As you know, I am the goddess of nature and, well, animals and hunting, and as the world stands as it is, there is not much left to be hunted. It is important to me to see the world come back to its full beauty and range of wildlife. And whatever we can do to help make that happen is important, but I am limited by the power that I have and the things that I can influence.
Maybe that's how things are supposed to be now.
I do understand that, Coral. You are very discerning, and that is to be respected. And I want you to know that you are welcome to reach out to me for help with whatever you might need.
I appreciate that, and thank you for taking the time, the great archer. I do appreciate it. Yeah.
Anytime, Coral. And if your crew, they may need some help with things, you could certainly let them know that I would be happy to help them as well. Are there things that they need? Are there ways that you are trying to help them?
I mean, that magic thing, trying to stop the world from overheating and everyone dying. I'm trying to help them with that. I don't know. Not much else happening right now. That they're pretty focused on that.
I see. And you are from this world, from Jebber-Orb, no?
I am.
Yes, and your friends are not, from my understanding. Where are they from?
There's a jar somewhere. That's all I really know about it. I don't know much about it. They've talked about it a little bit, but I don't. They came from a jar. That's about all I know. Which seems strange, but
there was a whole song.
There was a whole song, but apparently Coral has forgotten about that song.
And are there people in these jars still? I mean, are they in need? How is the hunting in that jar? I am concerned about all these places, Coral, no matter where they are.
Oh, I'm sure there are people still there. They talk about it every now and then. I don't know about hunting. Presumably there's some, but I don't know how it is. I don't know. You'd have to ask Tara or Aster probably about it. I don't know much about the jar.
Very well. Coral, again, thank you. Thank you for speaking with me, and if you do not mind, I hear the hunt. The hunt is calling me back, and I'm sure you understand.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.
Farewell, Coral, and I will be here if you need.
Of course. Thank you. I head back to Tara.
And with that, the great archer just disappears.
I just feel like vines and like shrubbery go around her and apparate.
Let's go back to Aster and Seafoam Wanderer.
So, what I'm going to do is, Aster's going to. He's obviously enthralled by the Seafoam Wanderer. Everything up to this point, he's felt like he's had finally someone to help support him when he feels alone. But he also knows that he has his friends who lean on him as well. And he recently was enthralled by somebody else and thought that was all love and all beautiful and kind. And then she decimated him for a lot and he almost died. So I think he's contemplating, and he turns to the Seafoam Wanderer and he's like, Seafoam Wanderer, everything you've done for me, and the way you've protected me and the people I care about, I can never repay that debt. I am not a cleric like my friend Paxton back in World 83 or in the Magician Complex. And you didn't need to choose me or look at me with favor, but you did. And I am very grateful for everything you've presented to me. But I've also been disillusioned a little bit with the term love. That's why I asked you, is too much love a bad thing? Because while love can heal, it can also make people do crazy things. And I was hurt by that love recently. In ways that broke me. I've always been a person who's wanted to be loved and to find someone who wanted to give that back to me. And my beautiful Pegasus gave me some very good advice. My friends gave me some very good advice that helped me through that pain. But I still feel it. And I feel like I'm letting you down by having these feelings. So I need to know. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to help you when I feel this way?
Are you asking how to help when you feel sad after your heart has been broken?
Yeah, how do I help when I feel that love is not always good anymore? When love can be painful?
I would like to offer you, Aster, something special. Some additional protection so that you can open your heart to love and know that you will never be hurt. I have a gem of requited love, where any love that you feel will always be true and real. You'll be immune to any kind of potion to trick your heart. With this gem, you would know that your Pegasus also loves you, and you could set aside those feelings of fear, which is the opposite of love.
Huh.
Would you like to accept this in exchange for a commitment to love?
Are you saying I'm never going to feel pain again?
You'll never feel the pain of a broken heart.
Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think that people need their hearts broken so they can grow?
It has been said that grief is the price we pay for love, but I'm offering you a chance not to have to pay that price.
Wow. To never feel that pain. To feel a mother's love, always. To never be hurt that way again. To not feel alone. That's a powerful thing you're offering. But then I think back to the feelings I had laying down looking up at the sky with Symphonia as she helped me and made me feel safe after that pain. And I'll say, you know, a few days ago, maybe even a week ago, I would have said yes with open arms and without thinking twice about it. But against my better judgment, maybe, I don't think that it's the right call for me. I'm sorry. I've never said no to you, and I feel very weird. Especially when you're in front of me and your voice is slapping me in the face, and you're so beautiful, and I don't want to say no, but something inside tells me that it wouldn't be right to take this offer, that item. It would change me as a person, I think. I think the pain is good. Sometimes. I'm sorry.
If you ever feel like you would like to talk to me, I'm always here.
I will always talk to you. I'll always pray. I'll pray every sun up and sun down. I just don't think that particular gift is the right one for me at this time. But that doesn't mean I won't spread your word or sing your praises, because you're amazing, Seafoam Wanderer. And people should know that.
I feel the same about you, Aster. You're amazing.
Thank you. This is awkward now. I do the little monkey text thing. And then I go, should we head back to the group? Is there something else you'd like to talk about? Maybe, I don't know. I'm very awkward. And then I start backing away in an awkward, like this, flailing a little bit as I move back.
Let's join the others.
Okay.
Yeah, so Aster and Coral end their conversations. But before they do that, Skyfather is still talking to Terra, and Zartok is still wandering around pretending to be interested in the architecture. Does Skyfather want to say anything else to Terra?
Real quick, Coral is beelining for Zartok, so whenever I get a chance.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, we'll do Skyfather real quick, and then we'll see what Coral and Zartok talk about.
Okay.
Well, Terra, it's a complicated pickle that we're all in. You as the heroes, us as gods who want to help. It seems like you are very concerned, rightfully so, with Laverian.
Yeah, I do kind of take it personally.
I have a personal concern as well. Because Laverian's been around for a long time, and he, I would say, is getting close to achieving what he really has been aiming for this whole time. You see, he's always been a trickster and a troublemaker, and his revenge against the Neogi for enslaving his people, for capturing his people, will quite likely have repercussions beyond just the political geography. You saw what happened with the God King and his worshippers. You saw how his good intentions were corrupted because the people around him used him. Laverian, at this point, I think has quite a few followers. And if he is successful in making it look like he's achieved what he wanted, he might follow in the God King's footsteps. His people may begin praying to him.
He seems like a pretty bad god to have.
Certainly a threat. So I would like to help you deal with him.
I do want to deal with him. But how can you help?
Well, I have many gifts that I can bestow. You are a warrior. I can give you a warrior's weapon.
Oh, I have one. It's very nice. Tara's like unsheathing it to show.
Yes, it is very nice. The God King's pick. Is that not what you are showing me?
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, he told me that I could keep it. I really appreciate it.
And it will serve you well. But do you think Laverian will let you get close enough to use it?
Well, he might not let me, but I'm gonna try and get, because I'm more of a hand-to-hand kind of, and like she's like air punching, like that's, I'm not much of a, and then she does like finger guns, which is, spells.
Certainly.
I'm not like that. I'm not really bad at it. I keep trying to send messages, they do that, and I try and nothing happens. It's terrible.
I understand we are all hamstrung by our weaknesses and our shortfalls. I can help shore up one of those weaknesses. I can allow you to harness a bit of my power. I control the wind and the lightning, the thunder and the rain. I can allow you to use those to get your pick closer to the heart of that nasty elf. What do you think?
So wait, how, what do I do? I'm gonna like lightning bolt him out with my pick, or how?
So the Sky Father reaches up towards the sky, and like suddenly thunderclouds appear, and a bolt of lightning arcs down to his hand, and then just like this huge crackling. And he holds forward this like whipping wildly bolt of lightning in front of you, and it just starts to bend into a straight line. And he holds it out for you. This is a lightning javelin. Take this, and it will unerringly strike whatever you aim it towards. Accept this power, accept my help, and you will get Laverian from wherever you want to strike him from.
Like from right here?
Well, I mean, a little bit closer, but it won't depend on your
being right next to him,
physical dexterity or accuracy of aim. Where the great archer would demand you spend years mastering the bow, I will give you the power to strike him from hundreds of feet away.
So you want to give me this if I go stop him from doing what I want to stop him from doing anyway?
Certainly, that's part of it. And hopefully my help will ensure that you can trust us and feel like we are on your side. The Sky Father cares about the people on the planet, about the people of Jebberorb, even about the people in your glass jar. I want to help them. Let me help them.
So can I touch it? That?
Absolutely. And he holds out the javelin for you.
Okay, Sarah takes a javelin.
Good. How does it feel? It like crackles with lightning.
I'm a little scared of it, but it's kind of, it's just one throw?
Oh no, it's yours. You can recover it.
Oh, I like it. This is fun.
It will strike true, and it will bring my power down against any who stand before you.
Okay, so I know you're like weather and stuff, but do you know where Lavarian is? Like right now? Like, because we tried to look for him and see what he was doing, but he was protected. But do you have the ability to see through that?
Do I?
So, no, basically he has a scrying resistance up that...
Okay.
You might be able to get past it with enough time and effort and maybe someone helping you, like if you had a priest somewhere nearby or something, but you can't immediately scry on him.
I would need, for that, to overcome his arcane magic that's blocking my view. I would need more worshippers, more power, more prayer, a powerful priest to channel my power through. Something like that. Perhaps there's something that can be done towards that direction. I can help you get a look at him before you go to face him, if there are more Skyfather worshippers in the world.
I don't know how to spread that word that quickly. Kind of feel like it might be easier to just go fight him. I know that sounds like a real Terra thing, but I just kind of seems like it's probably easier to just throw this thing at him.
It's certainly one tool in your toolbox, Terra. If you see fit to spread the word of the Skyfather to perhaps people that have never had the opportunity to hear about me or know about the great things that I can do for them, then that would help. But I do what I can for you.
Where, is there like a temple, like a Skyfather central location? Where do you have your most worshippers at?
Berberia in Gemigan is where my largest temple is, where the most of my followers congregate. But of course, even right next door in Duero Hall, the dwarves tend to lean towards the worship of myself. They could offer you help as well, perhaps.
Great. Well, you know, I want to say I've never met a god before, but at this point I've met a couple. You know, thank you.
I hope I've made a good impression.
Yeah, this is nice, and I definitely, you know, we have the same goal as far as stopping Lavarian for sure, and fixing the world. So I think that we can do both those things together. But first things first.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, if there's anyone who hasn't heard of me, just let them know that I'm out here.
Yeah, up here. Sure.
Are you giving her this magic javelin then?
I am imparting onto her a javelin of lightning.
All right. And in return, you are simply asking that she spread the word.
How hard do I have to ask to attach a little magical string to it?
That's a great question. I think you maybe have done enough to attach that magical string, although maybe I should read the rules and make sure.
How is Tara weaker than Aster?
I've been through a lot, Tara.
Josh's reaction.
I'm going to assume that being Skyfather, you would be able to cast this at 9th level, I would think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then I think I need a wisdom saving throw from Tara.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, this is terrible. I would like to use my inspiration for this.
Good call.
So I get to roll twice, right?
Yep.
Hooray. And this is the one that I upped my wisdom, y'all. Isn't that exciting? So
You did. That's
good luck to me.
all right.
Oh my god.
Nat 20?
Oh no.
Is your god now Skyfather?
Nice.
Yeah, okay, so you know how my rolls are terrible?
Uh-huh.
Familiar, yeah.
I rolled a 1
Uh-huh.
and a 2.
All right.
For a total of?
Yeah, so that's a 2 plus 5. I rolled a whole 7.
All right.
That's my wisdom saving throw.
All right. Tara, his arguments make a lot of sense to you, and you have been put under the effect of a gesh.
Oh.
What the heck is that?
Can I rules lawyer a thing?
Yeah.
And this may be like the godness, but what's the casting time?
1 minute.
Oh, okay. I thought it was longer than that. It's a okay.
1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume that this conversation has been basically the casting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the effect that is being imposed upon you is that in exchange for accepting this gift, you must make an effort to promote the worship of Skyfather everywhere you go.
Or else.
That's right. And if you don't, then there start to be consequences.
It's time for a cleric dip. Let's go. Need a cleric.
Yeah, I have to make an effort to encourage the worship of Skyfather wherever I go.
That's right. You are now an evangelist for Skyfather.
You know, Seafoam Wanderer, you don't need to put spells on me. I will spread the word regardless.
I knew you were special, Esther.
And does this ever end? Do I ever know that it happened, or?
Unfortunately, this has been cast on you by a god. It lasts until either Skyfather decides to end it, or you end it somehow with some help.
But she doesn't know it's on her, does she?
No.
Let's see.
Technically, she's charmed by me.
Yeah, so you're charmed effectively. That's right.
Whew, a lot of charming happening with this group.
Yeah.
I know, man. I might be the only one in this group who doesn't need spells thrown at him to be convinced to worship my god.
Now, I should make clear that you would not pursue activities that would result in death or maybe significant harm to yourself, right? You're not going to go try to persuade that group of crocodiles to worship Skyfather, right?
But and just to clarify, it wouldn't stop me from, say, supporting the other efforts to make another person a god, would it? Because it doesn't hurt him. He just doesn't necessarily like the idea.
Well, does it hurt him if it's siphoning magic from him?
The magical command is for you to spread the word about Skyfather.
Just to proselytize.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a Mormon for you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Good choice.
But with less rules, man.
Yeah. I just, so Tara was going to end this awkwardly, but like, she's very proud to shake his hand now.
Okay. All right. She offers her hand to a god to shake hands.
And when our hands clasp, there's like a royal of thunder, and then the clouds part, and you see a rainbow.
Nice. Nice.
All right,
Man.
Coral, you wanted to talk to Zartok.
Yeah, I stride purposely over to Zartok, and I kind of grab him and pull him closer to the wall, just away from people. Don't do it.
What?
You know, don't do it. I think she tried to kill me, and the God King's the only reason that I lived. Don't do it for her.
Okay.
You don't usually agree to things that easily.
I mean, yeah. Now's not the good time to talk about
No,
it,
it's
I
not
guess.
a good time,
You know?
but we're going to leave, and we're not going to come back, I think. So it's the only time to talk about it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, she's not good news.
Sure. Yeah, which she? There's a lot of she's in the room. Who are you talking about?
The one in the swamp.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Her. She's bad news.
Why would she try to kill you? That's so rude.
Well, it is incredibly rude, but I think that's the only answer I could come up with. She tried to cut my fate string. Most people don't live through that. Only the God King saved me.
Okay. Yeah, I won't do
Okay. Okay.
Good.
Thank you, Zartok. I don't. She's bad. I know it.
Yeah, I think that our friendship is stronger than my bond with that person. So we're good.
Thanks, Zartok. Okay, I feel better now.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Good.
You
Okay.
son of a.
All right.
They were like talking close to the wall too, where the corner where he dropped it off, and he was always like positioning his body like kind of in the way so you can't see.
All right. So the party and the gods reconvene
Mike.
in the middle of the room. Yes.
As I'm walking back, I just want to say one last thing to the Seafoam Wanderer. Real quick. Seafoam Wanderer, since I'm going to be, playing your songs and singing you bounties and all of that, do you think our group should change their name from, like, the Glass Guardians to, like, the Foamy Defenders or something like that?
If you can convince the others, I think it's a delightful idea.
Nice. I will present the Foamy Defenders to the group. I think they'll like it. It's catchy. Smooth sounding name.
All right. So the group reconvenes, and Marker of Boundary says, "And so the heroes met once again, preparing to go on their next journey. Where would they go next? What would they do? What will happen? Only time will tell. Let's watch and find out." And the gods bid you farewell as you walk back down the stairs to your ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy's trying to steal my job.
That's right.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us. It was very kind of you. Sean, Christine, Liz, you did a fantastic job.
Yep.
I cannot imagine trying to pull that off on my own. I don't see how I could have done it. So thank you so much.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good
Thanks for having
work.
us.
Thanks
It's
for
fun.
having us.
That was great.
You're walking down the stairs from your meeting with the gods back toward your ship. And Tara is carrying this magical javelin, and Zartok is carrying a wooden staff. I guess 2 wooden staffs now. His own and this other one.
Is mine just a regular javelin of lightning to add to my character sheet, or?
I believe that's what that is, yes. I believe that is a regular javelin of lightning.
With conditions.
Yes.
With
I
conditions.
didn't look it up first. Man, this was not worth it.
But he made it sound so cool.
It did look cool, yeah.
I think the cool effect alone is worth it.
Yeah, maybe it might have some extra juice compared to a regular javelin of lightning.
Yeah, like 4d6, come on. Weak.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't get close to somebody, though, 46 is better than nothing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because you
That's
are
true.
very much an up-close fighter.
And it affects everyone in a line, right? It doesn't just affect your target.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I've seen someone use that in a campaign that I've played.
I mean, it's basically a lightning bolt spell.
Well, weaker than a lightning bolt
Yeah.
spell.
Yes.
But yes.
But let's assume this has some extra juice since it came from Skyfather.
Okay.
Go ahead and put it on your sheet, and maybe I'll update it later.
Sweet. Do I have to attune to it?
No.
Oh, all right.
There's the real deal breaker right there.
Yeah. Garbage. Throw it out.
Yeah.
Attunement.
I like that I have this anti-god glass shield, but now I'm like, yeah, gods.
Gods. Woo! Is the marker of boundaries with us, or did we just get sent down the stairs on our own?
He's following along behind you, narrating as you walk down the stairs, and
Okay.
as Aster is leading his Pegasus back down the stairs, which is even more difficult than going up the stairs.
Yep. This was not a good idea.
So, what are you guys discussing the events of the day, or are you all walking in silence, all thoughtfully heading back down the stairs?
Sylphonia, I'd like to have a conversation with you when we get back on the ship, if that's okay.
Of course that's okay, Asta. I love to converse with you anytime we can.
Sounds good.
Sarah's gonna kind of run forward and tap on Zartok.
What's up?
Nice. Where'd you get the staff? And then as she's talking to him, she's pointing to her head like this.
For the listener, what is like this?
Oh,
I mean, just pointing to her head.
Just gesturing, pointing to her head rapidly.
Yeah, I know it's a lot to absorb mentally. You know.
Tara's face looks exasperated.
The staff is from the healer. And he asked me to give it to Paxton. Just thought that was nice.
Oh, I thought maybe we'd get to talk to him more, but I did like Skyfather. She's still emphatically tapping her head.
I mean, are you asking for this message spell? Is that what that means?
I mean,
Oh, Zartok. I can't cast that spell. That's a Asta thing.
that
Sorry.
was magic people. Aren't you a magic people?
Yes, I am. Yes, but I had to choose cantrips early on, and I wasn't sure which would be the most useful. And I'm also, I come from a place where it wasn't really useful to have secret conversations.
Oh, keep your voice down.
It's okay. I don't think they can hear us.
Well,
But
the border marker guy's walking with us.
oh yeah, let's mark. Hey, the Glass Guardians had a great time and were wonderful patrons of the gods. Write that down.
All right, so Marker of Boundary says, and so the mortal dared to tell a god what to write in the official annals and records of events, and the god recorded the mortal's hubris, but did not deign to record what the mortal ordered him to write. Nonetheless, the god does believe that the Glass Guardians had a good time visiting the gods.
Coral's feeling kind of cheeky at this point, and she looks at the marker of boundaries and says, so if I do this, and she does a dance. I don't really know what kind of dance, like arms up and down and knees coming up high, just kind of country dance. Do you have to include that in your notes?
He rolls his eyes and says, "And so the Genasi did a silly dance and asked a question about whether the marker of boundaries had to record it, and lo, it was recorded, as, of course, must be done."
Asked and answered. Thank you.
How'd you get this bad job anyway?
He looks even more exasperated and says, "And from that point forward, the marker of boundaries permitted them to find their own way out." And he turns around and starts floating back up the stairs.
Thanks.
That's great.
Awesome. Smooth, Chair. Very smooth. You too, Coral.
Thanks. I was just curious.
You know, should we call ourselves something else now that we're following gods? I was thinking we could go with the Foamy Defenders.
Oh, no,
that'd
I
be a
don't
cool
like that.
name.
I think like something with lightning in the name.
Oh. What are you trying to say, Tara?
It just makes more sense, right? Like, we're not a skyship of love. We're but weather, that makes sense. We need good weather when we're flying in the atmosphere.
I mean, we all love each other. We're a family now, a ragtag team.
I'm gonna have to veto both of those options. I'm not a fan.
I mean, the Glass Guardians are good. I just, suggestions.
Skyfather's boat. It's not bad.
No. I don't, but that's... Nah, we're Guardians.
Oh,
We're
no,
not.
I was just trying to think of the name of our ship, right? Corellan's Needle, whatever. Skyfather's boat. It's a good one.
We could fuse the name of our group. We could be called the Foamy Bolt.
That's the Foamy Bolt? That's a terrible... A bolt can't be foamy.
Okay, well, we'll workshop it.
Plus, the gods, they need more followers, and if I change the name of the boat, that would be just free advertising.
Are we going to be competing or something for our gods? I hope not.
What do you mean competing? No, we're just,
Spreading the word and love.
Paxton followed the healer, you follow Seafoam Wanderer. You guys weren't competing.
That's true. The music is a powerful thing.
All right, so you continue walking to the ship. You reach the bottom of the stairs. Your ship is still waiting there. You can see your crew is all sitting on the deck, standing on the deck. They look pretty relaxed. You climb back aboard. Mama Sass is there. Anson's there. Garlos is there. So, how'd it go? You give those gods, the what for? You tell them, who's boss and... Yes, what happened?
I mean, it seems like mostly it was them digging for information. They don't seem to know all that much.
Well, that's okay. It's okay not to know that much, right?
I mean, yeah, for us, but feels like gods ought to have a better understanding of what's happening.
They have a real need for more followers, which, that's a hard thing to ask, but I did like Skyfather, and I do think he wants to help, and he supports us going after Lavarian, which is nice. He even gave me this javelin. It's great.
Well,
yeah, you took something. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's
Carlos.
pretty nice. That's a pretty nice javelin.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Real pointy.
But what you really, and I point to my face, Gerlos, Seafoam Wanderer, I met her, and she's just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, than the tattoo on my face. You would have liked her, I think.
Coral looks at Zartok and rolls her eyes and says, "These two are gonna be exhausted with this stuff."
Zartok smirks and nods. I have a question. What is what did they ask you all specifically to do when you was off on your side convos?
Oh, us. Oh, you were talking to Gerlos.
Oh no, I try not to talk to Gerlos.
Yeah, what happened in those conversations? They all kind of wandered off.
Are we flying away at this point?
Only if Zartok goes and gets in the helm and...
Or if we tell Lumpin to, I guess.
Or tell Lumpin to, yeah.
Yeah.
It was dangerous to fly here, so Zartok will fly.
Okay.
I mean, there's a bunch of ships.
Yeah, the Great Archer she wanted me to spread her word and talk about her and stuff. She asked about the jar, which I don't know much about. I mean, we talked about it, but
Wait. Did you leave a jar?
no, I talked to him. I'm pretty sure the far off one tried to kill me, and so we talked, and he agreed not to do it.
I knew she was bad news. I
Wait,
told you guys.
But, I mean, she's the only one with a real, actual, right-away method to stop the whole arcane heating thing for good, right?
Yeah, but she's also hurting the gods, right?
No,
Tara?
she's
I
not
don't want the
hurting them.
Skyfathers.
They just don't like her much.
She tried to kill me.
But how?
I'm with Coral on this one.
So
The God King saved me. It was divine intervention according to the Great Archer, and the God King saved me, and it's the only reason I'm still alive.
she tried to kill you. How?
Cutting my fate string, apparently.
What's a fate string?
I don't really have an answer to that other than understanding what the word fate means.
So I don't understand. Why do you think she did it, and what does it mean if it's cut? And I mean, it sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions.
I watched her cut it, so that's why I think she cut it. And what the fate, like the Great Archer didn't seem real specific, but it seemed like she was trying to stop me from coming here. I think.
But that's just a fate, right? That wouldn't kill you. She just tried to end a fate. I don't know. What's a fate string?
I don't know. Great Archer said most mortals don't survive it, and it usually requires divine intervention to live through it. So I'm glad Zartok didn't leave the jar.
And it wasn't her?
Don't know what she's trying to do with it.
Yeah, and Coral, it was the God King, but he was, I'm sorry, no offense. But
No, he was
away.
dead. I don't have any answers.
Oh, and it wasn't the Archer?
No, she said it wasn't her. I asked. And I got that vision when my string got cut. I got that vision of the God King. So I assume it was him.
It was all a dream, right?
I talked to a god about it, and the god seemed to think that it actually happened. So I'm just going to follow her lead.
But this is a god that doesn't want you to do the other thing.
Well, doesn't want me to do what other
Well,
thing?
they don't know what
what you talking about?
what she wanted us to do.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, she does. I don't know if she knows about that. I didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
Who can you trust?
Not the person who tried to kill me.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's a dream you had, and then you spoke to a god who doesn't want you to do the thing the other god's asking you to do. You see the conundrum?
But they don't know, do they? Do they know our plan? I don't think they would let us do it if they knew our plan. They're gods, right? Also, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I trust the Seafoam Wanderer. I trust you guys. I trust that you will always have our backs, each and every one of you. This is why I left it as a group decision whether we were going to do the jar thing, but it never came up in conversation. So I assume we're good.
Wait, what's the jar thing? What? Oh, you mean sorry, there's so many jars.
Our jars.
The your jar thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what's funny, Coral? The Seafoam Wanderer also talked about jars with me. She wanted me to, leave the jar lid open. I told her I didn't really understand how that could impact or affect the people of our world, so I wasn't sure, and I wanted to speak with you guys about it. But she did seem very interested. She said she wanted to spread her love within the glass jars. I thought she could do that, but apparently she would need our help or something like that.
Yeah, the Great Archer wasn't super interested. It was just a throwaway question at the end about the jar, and I just didn't know much. So I don't know how interested she was, but she asked. I don't know much about it.
Interesting. She wanted to give me, can you believe it? She wanted to give me something awesome. Something that I would have jumped at the chance before. Something to keep me from ever feeling the pain of heartache, of a broken heart. And I rejected it. I've just been through a lot, guys, and Zartok told me, stuff like this happens. My good pal Sylphonia here said that, I would get through it, and I have, thanks to you guys. I don't know. I feel like the heartache and the pain made me stronger, so, there's that.
I got offered a staff.
You got offered something too?
Yeah, I turned it down because I don't think the God King would want me worshiping somebody.
No, that was not my issue. What about you, Tara? I see you carrying a giant lance. Yeah, lightning bolt.
Yeah,
thing.
this is a javelin, and it's to help me get Lavarian. Yeah.
Well, that would be
he gave you
great.
something?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I don't really know what we can do about fixing the whole climate thing if you don't want to do the far off ones thing, and these guys just need lots and lots of followers, which is going to be pretty hard to spread the word. But I'll try, because I do think the Godfather wants to do good. But oh my goodness,
Skyfather.
What did I call him? The Godfather? Whoops,
Godfather.
Yeah. I'm good.
Which isn't necessarily wrong.
Yeah, and earlier you called him the Allfather.
You know, that sounds like me. Yeah. I'm going to just say Godfather. And no, that's the wrong name again. Skyfather. Just take when Sean repeated Skyfather and just place that in every time I need to say Skyfather, and I'm going to...
Actually, I think his name is Craig, so I think that might help.
But I guess what we got to do now is just let's deal with Lavarian, because he's using all this arcane magic and trying to get some revenge. So we should do the same thing to get back to him.
And he's got that ice thing, right? Like that was, you guys were trying to get that.
And also apparently, and he's trying to become a god, or at least Skyfather was worried that maybe he might become a god because he's got a lot of followers now, and then that he might do bad things by becoming a god, kind of like.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that he does not seem like he needs to be a god kind of guy.
Yeah, so I guess that's what we should do now.
So we don't have any solutions besides your lightning bolt to take down the variant?
Well, and I got this war pick that'll help, and then all the year skills too.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, this is gonna be hard.
But remember, he's just a guy. He's not a dragon.
Yeah, he's an elf.
Well, and he's got an army. That's
I really wish we could have convinced the Sorcerer Queen. Is that what she was called?
Yes.
Well, I kind of think we wrecked that one.
Yep, I tried to apologize, but she said it was okay, but she said don't come back, so I feel like that means that we would not be welcome.
Yeah, we're going to just have to figure out a way to get near the Lavarian guy, without having our own army.
This is going to be an uphill battle, and we're all on our own. The gods don't seem to be able to provide any more assistance than they already have. This is going to be tough, everyone. I thought this was going to be the solution we were all looking for. I'm sorry that it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, so none of you are interested in doing what the gods ask you to do?
Well, no, I'm going to, regardless of what she was telling me, I was going to spread her name. She's done a lot for me.
Well, I mean, are you going to do the thing with World 83 or not?
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to talk with somebody above my pay grade in terms of, you're very smart, Zartok. Couldn't that do something? Like leaving the jar open so that the light's full effect would shine into, like, does it do anything to leave the jar open?
It lets gods people be able to talk to the gods from inside, but they would still have to even know about the gods.
That's true. And how would I spread that information?
Or I guess the gods could just reach in there and help people, but I don't really, with their god powers, not like with their hands.
She seemed interested in the amount of people in the jar. I don't know.
Well, that's because her power is directly related to the number of followers she has, and there's currently a sort of maximum cap due to the population of Jebrob at the moment. So
that's true.
Yeah, the two it didn't seem that they knew about World Zero, so that's good. That's another great number of people. I hope you have no true interest in helping them out. I mean, they've had their chance. I mean, Tara made a great couple points about how they had an opportunity to help, and Skyfather danced around it a bit and said that if he was only more powerful, he could have helped.
I think Skyfather made some good points because he was saying, he just didn't have the power because it was spread around too many gods.
Yeah, maybe he just needs to be congregated to these.
Yeah, but he didn't offer any specific real ways he would do it. He just said if he was more powerful, he could help.
Yeah, he didn't. That's kind of still why I was thinking about the whole far off ones thing. But Coral seems convinced that she's really bad. And
I do think...
I don't know. I mean, no one likes arcane power, not even the gods. So, then there would be no arcane power. That seems like a good solution. I don't know.
Just to clarify, it wouldn't actually get rid of... Well, it would sort of get rid of arcane magic, but
funnel it through divine magic.
Right. That's right.
Which means it would effectively not, what she was saying, not heat up the world. So get rid of it, kind of.
Yes.
It is a good solution, but I agree with Coral. She doesn't seem on the up and up.
Well, she didn't try to kill you, did she?
No, I just got a very creepy, evil vibe from her. But, who am I to judge a lady in a swamp? I think
your vibe checks might be off, though, Aster.
What? Oh, I mean, that's true. That one wasn't my fault, though. I was enchanted. I mean, I guess I was enchanted a little bit before the spell, but I was really enchanted after the spell to the point where I wasn't thinking very logically.
Mike, what is the status of the polar ice? Is it coming back? Did it go away completely, or and now it's making a return?
It went away for a while, and now it is making a return.
Okay. So that's, I mean, if we were to leave the jar open, then all that would do was it would heat the world back up, and then it would stop the progression of the regression of the seas back into the polar ice caps, if that makes sense. So leaving the jars open at this point wouldn't be helpful, so I hope you don't do anything like that.
That's what I was saying. I didn't know whether that would really help out the world, which, like I said, Tara, before I was enchanted by magic. Here I'm enchanted by love. The Seafoam Wanderer is great, and I trust her, but just they seem to be so pushy about it and not looking at any kind of alternatives. So I didn't know what to think of it. I still want to help her. I just don't want to hurt anybody in the process.
Well,
that makes sense.
All the Skyfather asked of me was to deal with Lavarian and also to tell people about him if they haven't heard of him.
Okay. I mean, that's not hard. And like I told Seafoam Wanderer, I'm still going to help people know who she is. I just don't want to, like Zartok said, hurt the people of World 83 by opening it.
Well, I wouldn't do anything to hurt my parents.
Yeah, so, that's all. I just, when I was listening to, not that I have any complaints, the Skyfather had a sultry voice and whatnot, but he also seemed very cocky, like I told you, Zartok, and I don't know, something about that was strange. And I don't like the far off one, but at least she had solutions. It's sad to feel like you're on your own. Maybe helping the gods become more powerful is the only way.
I mean, you guys are free to do that. I'm not going to be running around preaching the word of any particular god. I guess they had their chance. I don't know. You guys do you, though.
I will.
Lumpen has been watching this go back and forth the whole time. And finally he looks at Tara, I guess, and says, "So, I don't understand what you're doing then. It sounds like none of you agree on what you want to do. Where are we going?"
I thought we were all agreeing that we got to go stop Lavarian, right?
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, maybe we can sneak into where he's fighting and form a resistance against him.
Okay.
Help the people rise up.
That sounds fun.
Or we just fight him.
I mean, I have to be honest. If he didn't try to kill me, I would have no interest in killing him. So, I mean, what he's doing, he's just going to go off and destroy the slavering spider people. Yogi, I think that's the name.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of torn about that. I'd sure like to get revenge. That would be sweet.
I'd like to at least have a conversation of why he did what he did. Though I don't think I can forgive him for attacking you guys. And also, I don't think it'll be an easy fight. He summoned a giant creature, 2 giant creatures that almost killed 3 of you.
Well, we were a little unlucky in that we were just it was just a couple of us. And I think with the group and a little bit of more of a plan, because we didn't know that he was just kind of going to lose his mind. And also, I kind of feel like we need to stop him because you know how he just kind of lost his mind? He just doesn't seem like a guy that we want ruling over a place with a bunch of spelljammers.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Who knows where he could go with the spelljammer at
and
his
everyone
disposal.
says he's real tricky.
That's true. He was also real groovy.
Well, yeah, but I'm more concerned about the fact that he wants to trick people, and he tricked us, and I don't like that. And yeah,
We do need to stop him. But maybe it would be just enough to take the wand back and imprison Laverian.
I mean, is he going to let us just take it? He worked pretty hard to get you guys to give it to him in the first place.
That's
I don't
true,
know
but
that.
do we really know what he's up to? Like, he's trying to take down slavers. What is his revenge? What is it that he wants to do?
well, there's only one way to find out.
I think that's the right call.
But everyone who I've talked to about what he wants to do says he eventually wants to like rule everyone and like become a god or something around those lines. So
Yeah, he needs to be stopped. I agree. That should definitely be our plan.
Well, I mean, we should let him destroy the Nyogi, right? If he fails in that, then he's dead.
I mean, if we
That's
can take
true.
him out, though, can we take them? Like, if he can take them and we can take him, can't
Yeah,
we take them?
That's
I
true.
don't know if I know what the Nyogi is.
They're like a spider, humanoids attached to spider. Hold on, let me look at a picture real quick. Yeah, they're not really humanoids at all, really, are they? They're like spider worm things, and they're really creepy, and they enslave people and take them off to space, and they probably eat it. Stuff. You saw one in the pirate base. Yes, that one was a bit
no, that
messed
wasn't
up.
a Neogi. That was an Umber Hulk.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, sorry. Umber Hulk.
Neogi have Umber Hulks as servants.
Oh.
Oh, let me look that up too.
Most slavers are working for the Nyogi, so if somebody
Oh yeah, look at
gets
that.
enslaved, they are taken to, I can't remember the name of this.
Arda Laravella.
Arda Laravelli.
Thank you. They're taken to Arda Laravella
I love that name.
to get taken to the Nyogi and do what they do, I guess. So they're bad. I don't disagree with that, but
Yeah. But I think strategically, I think it is a good idea to let Laverian dwindle down his numbers in conflict with them, and then we can swoop in and take whoever's still around after it.
I don't.
we don't know how long that's going to, like, how long is he going to wait before he attacks them? We don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe he's tried to take over the whole world before he goes after them.
That's true. And Zartok, I'm sorry we couldn't do what the Far Off wanted to do.
Well, I think there might be a bit of a misunderstanding with Coral in that whole issue. I mean, she had a dream and God tried to manipulate her, and so I still think it's the most direct plan of action, and it's what we should do.
Zartok, why don't you try and pray and ask her if she tried to kill Coral?
Yeah. I don't.
That's a good question.
I'd rather not.
We could get, we could just get a direct answer. She's a lot more, well, I don't want to say that
sees me
she's.
sometimes. I'll just next time I see her, I'll bring it up as a.
I mean, we could. I don't particularly want to go back there, but we could go back there and tell her in person that we're not doing her jar thing.
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Isn't there like magic where you can make someone tell you the truth?
I think so.
Probably,
Yeah.
but I don't have access to it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so though I've read a little on it. But I don't know how to do that. But you're a wizard, Zartok.
That's true.
I'm sure you could find something.
Well, I have to say I think we should do that plan because it fixes this issue. Dealing with Lavarian, sure I want him dead, but the Nyogi might do it for me.
Okay, even if I were to entertain the idea of doing this horrible person who tried to kill me thing, it's too late now. We're gone.
Yeah, I mean, but we could always go back.
I mean,
if we
that's
had to.
true. I feel like they would be real happy to see us if there was even the possibility of us talking about them.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can tell them if we've recruited new believers, things like that. So yeah, I guess for now we should go take down Laverian.
I don't think that's what everyone else was saying. I'm very...
I'm still confused.
Yeah, I think we all are. We don't know if we should...
Let me summarize. You want to take down Laverian, but you also want him to take down the slavers. But you think that by the transitivity of bad guys, that if you can take down Laverian, then you could also take down the slavers. But maybe you couldn't. Or maybe he needs his army to do it, and maybe the army wouldn't follow you. And you don't want to do what the far off one does because she tried to kill Coral, but she also has maybe the best plan to do something about the world overheating. And maybe you want to help the gods out, but maybe you don't. And you don't know where you want to go. And maybe you could ask the far off one what the deal is with trying to kill Coral, but Zartok doesn't want to. Does that summarize everything?
That's a great summary.
That's been our discussion.
Summarization. Yeah.
That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we didn't do a song instead.
I have another suggestion for you guys.
I don't think we can take another, but okay.
So instead, we just wait for the slavers and the whole Laverian thing to pan out. In the meantime, we try to spread the word of the gods and think about the whole jar thing with Zartok and the far off one while we're doing the other god stuff and go visit some vampires.
I was about to say that doesn't sound very heroic, but yeah.
Yeah, we could kill time by fighting vampires.
We could also go check in on World 83 and see how everything is there.
Oh my God, you're right.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
That's a great idea. Let's do that. What do you think, Captain?
I agree that we should check in on how the world is going. I think that maybe Zartok, since she knows you, maybe she knows you went to the God's Peak. Maybe the far off one will check in on you anyway, and you should definitely ask her about Coral because, you know, she's like a straight talker, right? She'll tell you. Maybe she just thought it was for the greater good that no offense, Coral, that she would stop the person who was going to try and stop us from doing the thing. I don't know, but yeah, let's go check on my parents and everyone else in the world, and then I think we really need to go find out what's going on with Lavarian. I think we need to fly down there and just see if we can get close because we can't scry on him. Or at least, I even asked Skyfather and he said he couldn't do it either. Not unless he had a whole lot of followers, priest, something. I guess we could go get a priest. I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
That's a good idea. We got to get this staff over to Pexton. So
let's go back to the cows. No?
Benorthan.
All right.
Benorthan.
Yeah. Benorthan.
So you're heading back to Benorthan? That's the plan?
Yes.
I guess so. For now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes. That is our plan.
Right?
Okay. So it sounds like probably the heroes maybe send their ship toward Benorthan-ish and tentatively journey in that direction. And we'll find out if they actually do that next time.
That's what's happening. But do that in the messenger guy's voice, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it appears that the heroes have decided perhaps to maybe go back to the island of Benorthan. And we'll find out what happens next on the next episode of Tales from the Glass-Guarded World.
Stop trying to take my job.
What about, the Leviathan, whatever
Lavarian.
he is, really.
Leviathan.
Yes, he's not Leviathan. His name is Lavarian.
God, it's
Sorry,
been so
hold on.
long.
Let me
Yeah,
redo
no.
that. I'm struggling.
I head back to Tara.
Interesting.
Okay.
Also,
And-
apologize to Christine because I feel like I made that hard for you.
It's okay.
I think you guys did great.
Yeah.
The great archer has exited. Christine, that means that you're welcome to stay and listen if you want to, or you're free to go if you want to go. It's up to you. If you want to hang out and watch everyone else stumble through these conversations and try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I'm happy to stay if you
Okay,
don't
cool.
mind.
No, I don't mind at all. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. This is fun.
Thank
You
you.
did a
It's a
great job.
challenge.
Oh, yeah.
It is a
Great.
challenge.
Good work.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
also open-ended, right?
That was cool. I'm glad Mike got to work all that out. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think having the guest is a nice touch, too.
Yeah, it was neat. It'll suck for him to edit though, so I think that's why we can't do that too
No,
often.
it's going to be rough to edit. That's a lot of tracks.
So, did Skyfather see Zartok or not?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
either. I'm leaning towards he did, but
I don't know what the right call there was, man. But these gods seemed very insistent.
I mean, I'm guessing that he did. So that'll be curious to see what
I'm
happens.
guessing that he did.
I think we're gonna die.
That the Skyfather saw Zartok. We're assuming he did, but obviously we do not know.
Yeah, you don't know what he rolled.
I have a gem of unrequited of. Let me try that again. A gem of requited love.
Oh man! Oh, godlike burn! Ouch!
Where do you have your most worshippers at?
Mike?
I don't know.
The land of the vampires.
No.
There's a Skyfather con every summer.
Let's see. Let's suppose that his current largest temple is in Burbria, which is a city in Gemigan, and that he also has a large temple with the dwarves in Dwero Hall. All right, so Burbria is a city in Gemigan where he has the largest temple, and then he also has many followers among the dwarves in Dwero Hall.
Where did Tara go?
Uh-oh, actually disappeared. Oh, there
I
she
assume
is.
she's taking notes. Josh, you son of a bee.
Dang it, Josh.
I'm not doing anything.
Stop doubting me.
All right, everybody hit stop, please.
Liar.
Pants on fire.
This charm's very complicated because I was like, oh man, yeah, the Godfather had his chance. Whatever, the Godfather, I can't stop. The Skyfather had his chance. He's terrible. But now I'm like, oh no, I really like him. I thought he had a great point, blah, blah, you know?